Welcome to Immortal Mortals.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Mo's podcast.
I'm here with my partner, Meatwad.
This
Together.
is Tom Dude. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. He's fucking shooting lightning and shit. I don't fucking know.
Shut up.
Yeah, that's our impressions.
What's going on, guys?
I hope you like it.
That was Christopher Lee and Meatwad.
And whoever Meatwad is, whatever his voice actor is. Yeah, so let's get into this fact of the day
sure
that I found. I thought it was pretty interesting.
I'm ready.
You should be. So here we go. Fact. This is fact, not opinion.
Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. No.
The man who found the five. This is how it starts. It just says the man who found. Like, we don't know his name or anything.
Sure.
So deal with it. The man who found the 5,000-year-old corpse, Otzi, the Iceman, in 1991. I think I remember that. There was like, they found an Iceman who was like a fucking prehistoric thing. He was like a caveman.
Oh, okay. Like an old
yeah, like an old
Neolithic
ass
motherfucker.
yeah.
Ass looking.
Oh, look, it says the oldest natural European mummy.
Oh, okay.
Now, here's the thing. The guy who found that old mummy was also found dead, frozen in ice in 2004. So years later.
Does it say where?
Nope.
Oh. All right. Well,
that's it. That's
I'll
all
say
you
if
get.
it's someplace like if it's Antarctica or something, I feel like that's not that smart.
he just hung out around ice apparently a lot. So that's cool.
Well, now you know.
Yeah.
Sorry, Otzi.
Interesting. I'm sorry, but I also have to say this one because it just caught my eye, and I need to say it.
Sure, let's say it.
Both Nicolas Cage and Michael Jackson shared the same wife, Elvis Presley's daughter, Lisa Marie.
At the same time?
It doesn't say, but I wouldn't doubt it.
That's like a weird crossover.
A really weird combination.
So, are you going to get her this Saturday, or am I going to get her?
And he's like, Jamona, I'm gonna get her. He's like, is that a yes?
So, are we,
Is that a yes?
are we good then?
Declaration of Independence.
I'll catch you later then. Oh.
Yeah, so on a sadder note, we lost a king.
We did.
We did.
Yeah.
King T'Challa.
Yeah.
Chadwick Boseman just passed away 2 days ago, yesterday?
I think it was 2 days ago.
2 days ago?
It was 2 days ago.
That's sad.
It is sad.
So good.
And the worst part is, like, nobody knew anything about it, really.
About his cancer.
Because nobody had any idea.
I had
like,
no idea.
I know he posted the pictures in quarantine, and everybody's like, why does he look like... And some people were, like, making fun of him and shit.
He's, like, skinnier.
That was fucked up.
Yeah, that's a crazy thing that he had cancer for that long and just did those movies.
I mean, and yeah, especially the amount of like physical effort to like get in the shape he was in, and like while dealing with that, that's crazy to me.
And I saw there's pictures of him with cancer patients, and they're like kids, and he's like, making their day.
Nobody
but, like, he
ever
also has cancer.
Nobody ever fucking connected the dots on that one.
And then you got these kids now taking pictures with like their action figures. Dude, that's sad.
Yeah, I mean, well, think about it. I mean, for a lot of black children, he's like, they idolize him, and that's just the same as like when white kids have who would Captain America
for anyone, any
maybe,
superhero, all the superheroes, disproportionately. I get that. I can't remember. I don't think I can recall a time.
I don't think a hero is ever real. Well, I don't know. Maybe for my parents, I know when Christopher Reeves died, it was sad. But,
oh right, yeah.
That was like, how long ago was that? Though?
A long time ago.
Was it? Because didn't he?
He got trampled. No, wait. First he got paralyzed.
He was alive for a long time. He was paralyzed.
Yeah,
and then
you're right. He died later.
But yeah, either way, it was like that sad. I know.
But other than that, I can't think of anyone.
That's for me. That's gonna be like when when the original like voice of Goku dies, when Sean Schemmel dies. I'll probably be
that would
sad.
Suck.
But yeah, so it sucks. It really sucks. I had no idea. That's crazy to me.
It's nuts.
Sucks.
he
Maybe
did-
Black Panther was really good.
It
and
was very good. It was
and,
one of my
uh,
favorite Marvel movies.
he was great in all the movies that he was making.
I think
all
it's
the way.
interesting. I saw like the people are making a point not to. Hopefully, I don't think they will. Hopefully, they don't replace him, and they just pass on the mantle to
Right.
the other girl. I forget.
Now, what do
her
they
name.
mean by replace him? What do they mean?
Like
by that?
cast a new actor to be
As
the
him,
same
as
person.
the same guy?
Horrible idea. Don't do
Right.
it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
I think the good idea is to pass the mantle on to that
Absolutely.
that girl. I
Yeah.
don't remember her name, but she was like real close to them, and just as strong.
No, I agree.
I think that'd be cool. Yeah.
That's like when they were saying that this is kind of unrelated, but they were saying that there's like going to be a new Jumanji, and they're like, or like a what was it? I heard at first it was going to be like a reboot, like a redo, yeah. And I was like, I don't know. And was it? I don't.
Yeah.
Because it was. It was like
Kinda.
sort of.
I don't know. I didn't.
No, it wasn't
I'll be
because they
honest,
still
I
had
didn't
the
fucking watch
they
it.
still had the original I think board game in it, but it was like a
Yeah.
it was like a different version or a video. It was a
It's
video,
a video
game.
game.
That's what it is.
They changed the
That's
game,
kind of cool.
which is a
but
cool concept.
I was hoping that the main character would be like Robin Williams' character's like like his great granddaughter
Yeah,
or
something
something.
that would be cool. I really like. Do you remember Zathura?
I do. I loved
That was a
Zathura.
good movie.
It's such a good movie. Yeah.
I don't know anything about it, like if it was the same creator as Jumanji or if it could,
No,
'cause
it-
was
it
like
wa-
a very
it
sim-
was-
it's like the same thing.
It was based on like a space Jumanji.
Right,
yeah.
right,
It
right.
is what it was. Yeah.
I really
Which
liked
was it was a really cool idea, honestly, and
was a good movie.
it blew my fucking mind when the astronaut dude was actually the brother, and it was like,
yeah,
and I was like,
such a good twist ending. Such a good twist.
um,
Fuck, man. Some
Yeah.
twists, they just get you, bro.
right.
Fuck.
But anyway, yeah. So rip to fucking Chadwick.
Fucking
he was he seemed like he's a really good
Wakanda
dude.
forever.
Forever. Yeah, absolutely.
Hashtag.
Uh,
Yeah, so I wanted to get into for the first time on this podcast because I feel like I never.
we
do
always
this.
talk. Yeah, we always talk about how like, hey, you're a magician and I'm a
Yeah.
voice actor, but then we never do.
We never do anything that has to
related to
do
that.
with it at all.
So today we're gonna do some.
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm actually literally gonna teach you. First, I'm gonna show you guys a trick that I'm gonna teach you it, which is kind of crazy. Magicians don't normally do that, but
Alright, yeah, I'm excited.
fuck it,
Teach me.
let's do it. That's what magicians do on YouTube.
I
They
can
just
teach
they
you.
teach
Here's
stuff.
a tissue, 'cause you're wet.
Oh, wet ass pussy.
Wow, wow, wow.
Bro.
Yeah.
Anyways.
You ever hear the Skyrim shuffle? That's what I was doing.
No.
You could do the Skyrim shuffle. I could teach you. Here's a tissue.
Oh, isn't it like
'Cause you're
and,
wet.
and it's like edited? It's like on the like the it's like the game engine.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's funny as fuck. Yeah, Isaiah, I have cards. These are your cards.
That's true.
We didn't set anything up or anything beforehand.
Well, you fucking threw my other cards out.
I don't
so-
know where you're. He literally gave me these cards,
Oh
and
my
then he's
God,
like,
he's
he's
lying.
like, why are you using those cards?
This guy's
Like,
lying on
these
camera.
are the ones
right
you gave me.
now.
So you gambled, or you don't gamble, but you.
I
do.
gamble
You
every
do. You're an
day.
addict, but also,
No.
you're a dealer, a
Yeah.
drug dealer. So
I'm
you're
a-
a gambler
yeah.
and a drug. No,
yeah, I
you're
give away the
you're a casino dealer.
well, a card dealer. Yeah,
Card dealer. So
blackjack
you know-
dealer.
so
yeah,
you
yeah.
know
I'm a
all-
blackjack dealer.
So
yeah.
you know all the cards. You know, like you do the shit. So
the shuffle. Yeah,
I
do
don't know
that.
if they're gonna be able to see, but
They could kind of.
you'll hear it. I'll hold it. I'm gonna shuffle 'em.
Yeah, you can kind of see it.
You just have to fucking believe me, I guess, is the
No,
best.
well, you can sort of see it.
And you'll
And
hear
the people listening,
Yeah,
you'll
yeah.
have to just be like, yeah,
Yeah.
he's shuffling cards. I don't know.
here you can.
He
You
sounds.
kind of heard it.
He sounds like he might be shuffling cards.
Yeah. So guys, so for you that are just listening, I'm just taking the cards, and I'm literally shuffling them. Maybe you can.
Riffling them. Yeah. Well. yep.
Oh, you hear that? So, anyways, we'll give him a couple cuts too. So, here's what you're gonna do. I'm not really gonna do anything, Isaiah. You're gonna
okay.
do all of this.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Take the cards,
I'm gonna take him.
and I want you to start dealing one at a time, face down, not face up.
Face down.
Yeah, and maybe just face down. Yeah, so you can't see.
Like in a row or what?
No, just in a pile, like just right on top of each other. Yeah, keep dealing down. That's perfect. And whenever you want, Isaiah, you can actually start dealing. I mean, you don't have to deal from the top. You can deal from the middle, or you can deal from like the bottom. You can mix them up in your hand if you want to. It's
Okay, yeah.
completely up
Fuck
to
it.
you.
Why not?
Yeah, whatever you want to do. You stop whenever you want to stop.
All right, well, I'm not gonna stop for a while.
You're like, I'm
so
never stopping.
I'm gonna deal every
whenever you
card
stop,
out.
you're gonna get rid of the cards in your hand. This is good. This is great. Everyone listening is like, what the fuck is happening? He's like, all right, so Isaiah is dealing cards. Okay, you can get rid of those cards.
Get rid of them.
Yeah.
I'm getting rid of them.
So now we have a pile of cards. Pick those up.
Okay.
And now I want you to just deal into 4, like, card here, card there, card there,
Face
card
up.
there. Yeah, 4 separate piles.
Face up. Though.
Oh, no, face
No,
down,
face
face
down
down,
still.
face down. Yeah, perfect. Into, like, a row. So now he's dealing and making, groups of 4. Yeah, yeah. And you can keep them just, right together like
Honestly,
that.
we could probably just move the camera now. It's fine.
That's fine. Fuck it. Perfect.
Too lazy.
Okay, good. So now he's just dealing into 4 piles until he.
All
Okay,
so
right
4
there.
different piles.
So he's got 4 different
Now
piles.
what are we doing?
You dealt down. You mix the cards in your hand.
Yeah.
You could have stopped whenever you wanted. We stopped here. These could have been completely different cards. Isaiah, what is the most famous card in the deck?
Are you asking what
I'm
my
asking.
opinion
Yeah,
on that?
yeah, what's
oh,
your-
okay.
Like if someone were to be like a person who doesn't even know cards.
the most famous
Yeah, like
card
someone
I
who-
feel like is like the Ace of Spades, definitely.
Choose any one of the piles.
This one on the all the way to the right.
Show the camera what that top card is. Top card, yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Ace of Spades. But
That's
here's the
fucking crazy.
here's the weird thing though. Here's the weird thing. Turn over all the other top cards because that's just one. But you could have stopped anywhere and you could have chose turn over that one. That's the ace. Can you turn over this one? The next pile. The ace and the next pile.
Ace of Diamonds. That's fucking whack, dude. How'd you do that?
I'm gonna teach your ass.
I'm
so,
gonna teach you.
So all right,
Okay.
let's get into this.
That's fucking cool.
So guys, if you're watching or you're listening, basically what happened is he just chose a card and it was the Ace of Spades, and all the other piles that he dealt down to were all the aces.
And mixed them up.
He
Where they
mixed
were all
them
aces
up,
on
and
the
they
top.
were all, and they were all aces on the top.
Stuff.
So here's how we do this. First of all, get cards. If you don't have cards, make
These
sure
are
you have.
so reflective.
Make sure you get cards. Make sure you get. It doesn't have to be a full deck of cards, but it has to have all the aces, obviously, or any 4 of it. I use the aces, and I'll tell you why in a moment. So here's what we do.
What if I had said the king? Whoa.
Then I would have been like, no, it's the ace. Yeah, I'll teach you. No, really, this part.
In my opinion,
give me the other cards.
I think it's the queen.
Because I just pulled. You'll see.
So here's all the cards.
All right. So here's the setup, guys. You need 4 aces. You're gonna put them on top of the deck.
Okay, all
Just
right
like
on
that.
top.
That's all you're gonna do. You're gonna start with a. Now here's the optional thing. This is gonna be a little bit harder for people who aren't used to shuffling cards or anything.
Right.
So you might want to skip this part, and you absolutely can. But I do it as a convincer. So basically, magicians found out that anytime you hear the and you do that, like they just think those are shuffled.
You're like, those are shuffled.
Those
for
are
sure.
definitely. But in reality, they are being shuffled, but I'm retaining the top aces
Right.
here. Oh, that's not the
The top
the top
aces.
4 aces. What I'm doing is I am shuffling them, but as I riffle shuffle, I'm keeping them on the top. So I'm not actually shuffling the aces.
How are you keeping them?
So that's why it's a little bit
It's a
harder.
little
But
sleight of hand type of thing.
sorta, yeah. You kind of.
Oh, I see. You're
you
using
stop.
your thumb to.
Yeah, and I stop with my thumb, keeping the aces on top.
That's yeah.
So
it's a
you're,
little
so
sleight
you're
of hand.
basically shuffling the bottom half of the deck.
Okay, cool.
But you can skip. That part is it's a little extra added fanciness.
Yeah, tricky.
But otherwise, to keep it simple, you would take a deck, put the 4 aces on top. That's how you start. That's how you want to do the trick. You give the deck to someone else, and you tell them to start dealing one at a time, face down. So they do that,
right.
and they're dealing down into a pile. And then you stop them, kind of. You say, you know what? You almost make them feel stupid. Like, oh, you don't have to deal from the top. You can
did that to me.
Yeah. I made you feel stupid. You can deal from the middle. You can
Asshole.
deal multiple cards at a time. You can deal from the bottom. You
So
can
not
mix.
even dealing. You can just throw cards.
Yeah, you can literally you can mix these up and throw cards in there. It doesn't matter because at this point, guys, what you've done and you get rid of the cards.
The
and
aces are
the
already
aces
on the
are
bottom.
On the bottom.
Ah,
They're
so it doesn't.
already-
So it doesn't matter.
It
That's
doesn't
tricky.
matter. Yeah. So now you tell them to deal into 4 piles, and automatically when they
The
do
aces
that,
are the
the
last
aces
4
are
cards, so they go
now
on top.
the cards on top.
Oh,
Now,
cool.
so they deal down, and you have the 4 piles. So the aces will be on the top.
no matter what, yeah.
So here's the part that you're probably like, well, how did you know he was going to say the ace of spades? And how'd you know he was going to turn over the ace of spades?
Right. I just assumed because that's like the sort of the symbol. That's what you see on a deck of cards, isn't it? Is like
Yeah.
is the ace of spades.
Yeah, and most people, if someone doesn't know playing cards and you say, name a card, they're going to say the ace of spades. It's
Yeah.
like, it's just what they know.
That's just the answer, yeah.
So...
dude, for a second, you're lucky. I was so considering being like, yeah, king.
Yeah, so I actually want to go over this because this is so important. This is what I do is I don't usually do magic like this. I don't usually do sleight of hand or anything. And this
Sure.
isn't really sleight
Yeah,
of hand.
because you're a
at all.
mentalist. So
I'm a
yeah.
mentalist. So what I do is I combine psychology and mentalism with magic.
Hmm.
And in this scenario, I said to him, name what do you think is the most famous card in the deck? And it doesn't matter what you said. You could have said a king, and I would have said, no. Actually, it's the ace of spades. It's on all the things, and I would just describe that.
That's
to
like
you.
your proof, sort of.
Yeah, and that's why I say, what do you think is the most famous card?
right.
Now, the second part is literally just luck, because I have no idea where the ace of spades is right now.
Right.
So I have.
Oh, yeah.
I say turn. So this is what happens. There's 2 scenarios, guys, and I got lucky with this. This was.
okay.
This was the best case scenario. So I said turn over one. Choose any of the piles. So he does, and let's say he chose this one. Yo.
you did
All
it again.
All right. Well. Okay.
Well, I'm magic. I don't know what to
so
tell you.
I'm magic. No, but that's the first case scenario. Is they turn the top one over and it happens to be the ace of spades.
Right.
Boom. Done.
and then
Miracle.
that's it's
That's
over.
it, and then you can reveal the other ones. But let's say it doesn't go
It
that way,
doesn't,
and he
right.
turns this one over, and then what I would do is I'd go, oh, that was so close. It almost went perfect. That was almost the ace of spades. It was the ace of hearts, but I mean, but these could have been any card, so it was just
Right.
close. And then you go, oh, you know what? Actually, look, and then you just turn over each card one at a time, and you show, oh, there it is. They're all here, the aces, because this is still an amazing
pretty cool, yeah.
effect. Like this is like, how did the aces end
Get
up
all together,
the
right.
cards? So
Yeah.
it's like a kicker ending,
That's cool.
and it seems like you messed up, but you didn't.
Well, you did it twice, right? So,
Yeah.
You did it
so
the lucky
you
way.
basically, with this trick, you have 2 scenarios. You have either a very, very strong magic trick, or you have a very strong
Almost
magic
a
trick.
strong magic
yeah,
trick,
so
yeah.
like definitely, and it's super easy to do, and you guys should
That's cool.
totally do it. Yeah,
That's cool.
It's fun.
Well, thanks for teaching us.
Hell yeah, anytime. Hopefully, you guys that were listening can kind of understand.
Yeah,
and follow along.
if I'll tell you guys what, if in the comments below, if you guys actually want to see the trick in greater depth, we can absolutely do like a separate video where we show
For sure.
the cards. It was just the way the camera's set up. We didn't want to move it.
For sure.
So
Cool. So now that I showed them my dick, show them yours.
yeah. Okay.
Show them do your what's your voice acting
Oh.
tip?
Yeah. So, as you guys know, I am a voice actor, somewhat.
Somewhat. He's mad good. So
yeah.
I do magic, but like the stuff he does, like the voices he does,
And-
I don't get it.
And these are my original notes from class. So we're going to learn a little bit of Irish dialect today, which we have a 6% Irish audience. So
Wow.
maybe you guys can tell us how good this is. I haven't practiced in a while, so
we
I'm
both
not
have Irish blood in
gonna-
us.
yeah, we do.
So-
It's not going to be perfect, but the way that my teacher described it to us, starting out, is the I sound in Irish. So Irish.
Am I gonna try this?
When you're saying Irish. Right?
So
Irish.
Irish.
Irish. Yeah.
Irish.
So it kind of sounds like an OI sound.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the way
Irish.
I originally thought of it. I go, oh, I's are like an OI sound.
Irish.
But the way that my teacher describes it is the I is equal to a he. Sounds weird.
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
Irish.
UH.
Irish.
Yeah, exactly. UHEE. Irish.
Irish.
Yeah.
Oh.
Irish.
Irish. Right, some potatoes.
Noise
Oh,
time.
no.
Yeah, no, you got it.
Potatoes.
I mean, that's a little.
I don't know what that was. Potato.
Potatoes.
Potato. Brooklyn Irish. What do you- I'm Irish.
So you've got you have examples listed: buy, try, fly, so on and so forth.
Try.
What do you think it is? Like that kind of,
Okay. Wow.
And then if you're going for more of a Dublin accent, like a Liam Neeson, you get the R's in the back of the throat, like I swear, like that.
Oh yeah.
I swear I will hunt you down.
That's hot.
You know what I mean? But then if you want more of an
Horny.
R in the front is more of like a Kilkenny, so it's like I swear.
Oh,
Like a kind of a quicker.
Yeah.
But the R in the Dublin is kind of like a hook, like it hooks around. Swear. Swear to me.
Jack Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow.
Tentacles.
And then I don't know. I kind of wrote the notes
Just scribbles.
a little confusing. I have here that IH equals EH. I don't know what that means. I have different sounds for the word mouth, which is pronounced, it's MEEHOUTH.
Mouth.
Mouth.
Mouth. In my
I don't know.
mouth.
That sounds weird.
In my mouth.
And it says comes in most clearly through O's and I's. So storm to storm.
Storm.
There's a storm
Storm.
brewing outside.
There's a storm blowing.
There's quite a storm brewing outside. Better get inside. I just keep saying the word inside. Better get inside.
Inside. But it's safe inside.
It's safe inside. So I wrote, this is the original dialect. So he had us write a sample dialect that was like a little paragraph.
Okay.
And this is my original example.
All right. I'm
And I
excited.
wrote, the other day I went for a jog in the night. I had me runners on. And I saw a real nasty piece of work. Said her name was Irene. And I wasn't a fan of her face. That's the end.
I wasn't a fan.
I wasn't a fan of her face. She was a nice lady, but I really just hate her face.
Damn. I admit
So what he told me with all that was, he said it was a good Irish character, but he felt that I was kind of thinking of a character too much instead of just, expanding. So it says good Irish character, but try to expand it into higher, lower tones and just into different characters. Don't stick to one strict way of talking.
Okay.
You got to loosen it up, because like when I do it, I often do, like, on accident, do that, like what I perceive to be Irish.
Yeah.
Like like that example, like I went for a jog in a night, like it's like almost like I'm doing a character.
Right.
But you can also do like I went for a jog in a night and I had my runners on. And
It's
so
more-
you can,
it's more like
so you gotta be
more like you're yourself.
Yes,
than
you want to be as natural to you
Got it.
with that accent as possible, as natural to your own tone and voice, but just convert that into that type of language. So you
Okay.
want to try it? Do it.
Oh man, that
Come up with a sentence, or you could
Can
try
I do that?
Yeah, sure.
The other
Shit.
day I went.
The other day.
The other day I went for a jog. What is that? What is that? What am I doing?
What?
I don't know what what accent.
I
I'm
don't know
doing,
what
but
you're
it doesn't
doing.
sound Irish.
Just do you. Just concentrate on
night.
doing you.
I had the runners on, and
Oh, that's not Irish.
that is not Irish. And how do I Irish?
So Irish, the way a lot of the way they talk, they kind of run things
other
together
day-
more than America.
the
Whereas
other day, the other day, the other day, the other day.
that's it. No, well, because you'll notice when Americans talk, like American English is very like hard, solid
Yeah.
type language. But
Right.
when they talk, they kind of like they sort of run it together. So it's like the other day I went for a jog in a night. Had me
jog,
runners on.
A jog.
Yeah.
The other day
Yeah.
I went for a jog.
A jog in a
A
night.
jog in a night, That sounds like now it sounds Russian. Like I had the runners on and I saw a real nasty piece of
Which
work.
that's kind of a Irish slang term for sneakers. So runners.
Oh, okay. Got it.
I believe.
I had me runners on and I saw a real nasty piece of work. Said her name was Irene. I wasn't a fan of her face.
You're kind of getting that. I sort of am getting like a Scottish vibe.
Scottish, yeah, it is very Scottish.
Nasty
other
piece
day-
of work.
The other day I went
Yeah,
for
because
a
you're
jog.
kind of you're
in
kind
a
of
night.
you're kind of rolling those R's, kind
Yeah.
of like that. Yeah. But yeah, you
Other
get
day-
it. It takes
the
practice.
other day
It takes practice. What he had us do, what my teacher had us do, and if you haven't,
This is why I'm in magic.
if you don't know, my teacher, you can refer back to our second episode. We had him on the podcast, but he had us do an assignment where we match voices. So we get a famous person that has an Irish accent in this case, because we did several different accents. So Liam Neeson would be a good
I
example.
feel like his is hard.
His is hard. It's hard. Very hard.
I'll find you.
Accent.
I like him as Qui-Gon Jinn. I don't
Yeah.
think he doesn't do his voice in Qui-Gon Jinn.
No,
does
he
He
doesn't.
does like a.
He does.
British.
Well,
Is it more British?
It's sort of in between. I feel like, but I don't. Anyway, so he had us do the matching assignment, which is we just take a video, like maybe a 1-minute clip of them talking, and we dub over with our own voice, and we just listen to theirs back and forth and try and get ours to be as close as possible.
That's cool.
But it helps, and it's just, excuse me, it's just a lot of practice is what it is. It's, because certain accents are more difficult than others. We did Russian, we did like English, like UK English accent. So it's just practice is all it is.
Okay.
So that's it.
Okay.
It's a little voice acting, a little magic for you.
That's
and
pretty
now,
dope.
now we're gonna get
into an interesting story.
Yes. I'm so excited.
This
for
has to do with my magic. So throughout the years doing this, I get some interesting stuff, interesting scenarios that I get put into that like normal people wouldn't get put into.
Yeah.
So let's go over what happened recently.
Mowing their lawn
You
as loud as
damn
possible.
mowers. Chuck Huber.
He's
mowing his lawn.
outside. He's like, hey guys,
Hey.
front and back lawn.
Work on that Irish.
Work on that Irish.
So basically what happened is I posted a kind of it shouldn't be controversial, but it was kind of controversial magic video.
Yeah.
Because now the pandemic is happening, I've been getting less live gigs, right? Because normally, to explain, I am a mentalist, so professionally my character is like a mind reader. It's like this psychological mind reader person, and I get paid to do that. I like go out and I do shows and for colleges and corporations.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about that in the previous episodes. Yeah.
And so it's a lot of that, and I don't really do the magic stuff. I don't like change cards, and I don't like do vanish shit or anything. But since the pandemic is happening, I wanted to focus on doing visual stuff for TikTok and other things, and it gets way more views, and it's just like it's perfect for camera.
Sure.
So I've been doing a lot more of those, and I did this one where I took like a red deck of playing cards, and I said like. A lot of people ask me, if I support the LGBTQ community, almost like being like, come on,
like in
really?
a sarcastic sort of way.
Yeah, like, are you kidding? Like, and then I changed the cards into like a snap in it, and it's like a rainbow, and it's a whole rainbow deck of cards.
That's cool, yeah.
And I said, well, what do you think? Because like I do, obviously, I support the LGBTQ community, and always have. And my aunt, her husband, her new husband. He commented on it, and he's like, "Oh, you seem real friendly with the gays."
Yeah, he was like, "What are you, gay? You
Yeah,
got a
man,
wife,
what
but
are
you sucking dick?"
What you sucking dick?
Whoa!
I'm like, what? Whoa!
Yeah, I was like, that was like so unwarranted.
So unwarranted,
Like-
hilarious. It was really funny. And this guy, he's one of those.
So I heard you sucking fat cock over there.
He's,
Whoa!
he's one of those like he's racist, he's homophobic,
Sure.
he's Southern, he's like fucking
all the
Confederate.
things in one.
He loves the Confederacy. He supports them.
You say supports him?
No, he supports them.
Oh, you're like he
The
supports
Confederacy
him.
supports him. Like he's their idol. He's their martyr. So anyways, he commented that, and it like didn't bother me at all. Like I don't fucking care. And so then my sister actually like messaged, or she called him.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
She was like, yo, what the fuck's your problem? Like blah
Sure.
blah blah. And this is what ensued. Following that, this is an edited. I took out my sister's talking, and I just put his.
Oh, okay.
His lines in it. And it's very fucking funny. But he, she called, and this is what he answered with.
Your powers have been stripped from you. I am a high priest. Okay? That's just the way it works. I have the supreme authority. You're not understanding me. There is no hex on you, dear. Your powers have simply been stripped away from you.
And it repeats. I'm a high priest. Your powers have been stripped.
This is just the way it has to be. That part, dude. That
Bro.
part got me so good. And then
Bro.
he was like, I have the supreme authority. I was like, what are you, fucking Snoke?
Bro, when I heard it for the first time, and my sister sent that to me, I died laughing. Like, I can't believe that's real. I can't believe that happened. The way he just
your powers have been stripped of you.
Your powers have been stripped from you.
I'm just gonna
simply put,
it's just the way
it is.
no longer have any powers. Simply put, I'm
just
the
the way it
supreme
is.
leader.
your powers have been stripped from you. And that's it.
It's just the way it is. That's
Bro, so and the reason he said that is because so my sister is into those like healing crystal bullshit. I hate it, but that's fine. You know people are into it. You love your crystals.
That's I won't get it. You go ahead.
It's a mental thing. If you believe in it spiritually, that's fine. That's cool. I don't personally. I don't believe in that stuff. It's because I'm skeptical. I've been doing magic for a long time, and I know about all the different psychological things that happen.
See, so for me, real quick before because we don't got too much time left, but I feel like not that I believe in all of that stuff, but I do feel like objects to me have a certain energy to them. But maybe it's not really. When it comes to stones, it's not like they have, unless they have like a history. You know what I mean? I feel I feel like objects maybe can sort of collect shit
like a thing
over time,
like a past.
Like an identity,
like energy
almost.
Transfers
From the situations.
Scientifically, that could make sense.
That's kind of what I don't know about the whole stones, but honestly, anything that helps you.
Anything that helps anyone, fucking do it, as long as it's not hurting you.
Anything, because energy is something that we sort of create ourselves. That we sort of it's not always tangible. Sometimes it's just something that we believe that we feel, and so we do. It's
right. You create it. You create your own energy. No, yeah, I totally agree. I think if whatever helps you.
But anyway, yes.
Yeah, but he took it as, since I don't believe in like that as a spiritual thing. Like, I don't think, and neither does she. Doesn't think, she's not doing it as like a witchcraft thing. But he believed it was, and apparently he is a high priest Wiccan, and he first said he put a hex on her, but then was like, no, I just stripped your powers away, so like, you're done.
It's not a hex. Dude, Nicolas Cage. It's not a
As
hex.
the high priest.
Listen. I'm a high priest. It's your powers. Your powers have been stripped of you. They've been turned against you, and that's just the way it has to be.
That's the way it is.
Give me my wife, Michael Jackson, or I'm gonna have to put a hex on you for real.
Bro. So that leads me into one of the weirdest stories I have that happened to me in my career. So I had I'm on the internet. Like, people can search my website and try to book me, and most of the time that's what happens. I get booked from corporations, and they email me. So this one time, though, since my phone number is like on my website, this lady called me, and she left a voicemail. I didn't answer, and she answered kind of frantically, like something was wrong, or like something was weird. I could
something
tell.
Was going on.
And she was like, "Hi, is this Dustin Dean, the mind reader? I need your services, and I was wondering if you could help me. I need help. Thank you. Goodbye." And then she and I thought that was it, right? So you hear like the phone, like a click almost,
yeah,
or like a phone being set down, and that's what I thought it was. It was like a minute long, and I was like, okay, but I was listening to it at work with someone, and they were like, wait, your voicemail thing, it keeps going, like it's like 3 minutes long, like skip it. And so I skipped ahead a little bit, and you don't hear anything, you just hear like air in the background, and then all of a sudden you hear like, yeah, you're a mind reader, and I'm just a whore. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, she's like, I'm just a whore, and you're not gonna be able to help me. And then it like hung up, and I was like, what is going on?
That sounds weird.
So the problem is, before I heard that, when my coworker pointed it out,
Yeah.
I already called her back and left a voicemail because I was like, "Hey, I would love to help you. Like, let's figure something out. Book me." So like, I was like, "Fuck."
Like, I know you're just a whore, but I just thought I'd help out.
But I
so.
just thought it would help anyways. So then I heard that and I was like, "Oh my God, I hope she never calls me again." But lo and behold, she called me again, and this time I answered, and she's talking to me, and she's like, so yeah, I need you to help me. She's like, well, hang on. First of all, you can read minds, right? And I was like, well, not like literally. I'm not a psychic or anything like that. I create the illusion of reading minds, like a magician. She's like, well, it says you can read minds, so like you can hear voices. And I was like, no, it doesn't really work like that. I was like, wow, what do you need help with? Are you looking for like a party event? She's like, no, I just have these voices, and they just keep talking to me, and I don't know what to do. And at this point I'm like, fuck, like here we go.
Give in to them.
Like, yes, that's right.
Do it.
Do it now. So she's like, I want them to stop, and I can't stop them. And I was like,
That's low-key really sad.
I know. And I was like, well, it's not something I can really help you with. I was like, you can try maybe like talking to a psychic, but I was like, I don't recommend that. I would go to a doctor, like some medical, maybe like go, see, like seek some medical help, because that's not something I can really help with. And she's like, oh, okay, goodbye. And she hung up, and that was the last I ever heard from her.
Wow.
So that's a sad story.
I'm just a whore.
I'm just a whore.
It is a sad story.
It was a weird scenario I was put in. But it happened, and I don't know what happened to her. So,
Well, hopefully you're okay, lady.
Whatever your name is.
No. Anyway, well, your powers have been stripped of you.
But
so.
So that's
So you're fine.
That's what I play.
We
so
have
don't
the Supreme
worry.
Authority. He's
It's just the way it is.
That's
so,
just the way it is. It's fine.
So don't worry.
So don't even think
It's
about
not
it.
even a thing.
Not even a thing.
Not
Chicken
even a
wing.
thing.
Anyway, so before we end here, we wanted to talk about we recently started our next
A
D&D
new
campaign.
campaign.
Yep.
D&D.
I'm the DM, faithful DM.
First of all, before we get any further,
Oh.
how many of you actually play D&D? And if you do, comment
Yeah.
maybe if you're playing a campaign.
Tell us
or
about
not,
your character
your
or your campaign or
your
whatever.
campaign. What maybe things in the past? Interesting
Yeah,
stories.
Sure, because we had finished Curse of Strahd,
Yeah.
and that was like a year-long thing.
It was fun.
It was a
It
long
good.
time.
That was my first experience with D&D. So that
Yeah,
was, it was
and
good.
now we're going into an even longer campaign, Descent into Avernus, which is sort of on the newer side, kind of. There's actually a critical role character, John Manglianello. I don't know his name, but
Magnolias.
him from Archon the Cruel is his character, and he actually plays a very large part of Descent into Avernus. It's his Dragonborn Oathbreaker Paladin.
Wow.
So it's actually really interesting. I was actually gonna watch videos because I haven't watched a whole lot of Critical Role with his parts in it, and I was actually gonna watch kind of see how he does his voice so that I can emulate it when we get to that part.
Nice.
But yeah, so it's pretty exciting so far. You guys, the first battle I TPK'd him. It was pretty bad.
We did bad.
But it's so. Tell us about your character.
Yeah, so my character is named Tadarius. He likes to be called Todd for short. He's a half orc man, but he's old. He's like past the life expectancy.
So yeah, he's past the. So
I think I said 127.
Yeah,
I think.
They would normally live to like around 75.
Because he's a warlock.
But he's a warlock, so he's using the dark powers.
Dark magic to keep himself alive.
But he's not a malicious person, it doesn't seem like.
No,
so far.
Maybe.
Well,
he's not. I wouldn't say he's evil at all.
Okay.
He's not like his intentions aren't evil.
Yeah.
But he's not really good.
Okay.
But he has a secret past. It's shady. That he doesn't tell anyone about, and he's got like a pan flute. And he plays this melody all the time.
Yeah, see, you haven't even told me about that. So
should I? Is that a thing?
At some point, you probably should tell me.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Because I don't even know the secret.
Yeah, it's a cool backstory I came up with for him. And he's kind of based off of... I based him off two characters. which have nothing to. It kind of
Sort of.
Iroh, Uncle Iroh, because he's
Sure.
like this old man and he's
I
like
just,
short.
when I think of like a half-orc warlock, it's like the last thing I
Of
think of is
Iroh,
Uncle
yeah.
Iroh.
So Uncle Iroh, in the sense that like he's kind of wise in
Sure.
a way,
Yeah.
but now he's kind of crazy.
At the
So
same
people
time.
see him as crazy,
Right. Okay.
but he's not really crazy. And then this is totally different. Kratos.
Really?
God of War, yeah.
What?
Which has to do more with
With
his
the family,
past.
his
his
story
family
aspect.
is his like
Oh.
is his only bond is family.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
I that's the
I know
first
it's
time
first
I've
time
heard
you
of it.
heard that, but
That's cool. I'm
Yeah.
excited to hear more about
yeah,
Todd's character.
Todd.
Yeah, that's cool.
Frickin' Todd.
And then we have your wife Haley as
Yes.
she's a half elf.
yeah.
And so a little backstory. Descent into Avernus takes place in Baldur's Gate. It's west. It's a coastal city west of El Turel, which is like a holy city. And the story essentially is El Turel has disappeared off the face of the earth. There's just a big crater, and they start in Baldur's Gate trying to figure out why this city has,
Yeah,
into
just
the out of nobody knows where it went or what
Gone.
happened to it.
Gone.
So yeah, that's where these characters sort of meet together, and you guys are trying to figure out what exactly is going on. But anyway,
Yeah, she's a ranger.
She grew up in Baldur's Gate
Yeah.
as sort of a beggar. That's her story, and so she
like a
knows.
street urchin.
And Baldur's Gate is huge, by the way. It's just a gigantic place in the lore, and the book goes on to detail every individual like building basically in the whole fucking city. It's just this huge lore. And so she knows sort of the ins and outs of all these places and like secret entrances and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So she's a really useful guide.
Helpful for sure. She knows secret codes.
She's got a
and
cool.
shit.
I don't know in terms of her bonds, traits, and flaws and stuff. I'm not
She
sure.
said she asks questions a lot. Apparently.
Right, she does. Yeah, and she writes everything down and stuff
Yeah,
or something
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
That's just cool. It's
It's
an
cool.
interesting character.
And then your girl.
And then
girl.
Danny, who was on the podcast before you guys saw her.
Yeah.
She is a tiefling paladin, which is sort of combining two opposite.
Ironic.
She has the main villain is Zariel, who's a fallen angel, and is the leader, the queen. I don't know what you call her, but she's the
Whatever.
leader of the first ring of hell, Avernus, and that's where the characters you guys will eventually be going. We just started, so the bandits TPK'd you guys
Yeah.
in the first battle, and then you guys kind of got smarter and used some. It was your first time playing in a while. You hadn't, you weren't really used to it, and then the second time you used some strategy.
Actual
you guys
strategy.
Turn the lights out. They couldn't. You guys all have dark vision. They don't.
Yeah.
You had surprise. You and Haley were kind of
Behind.
strategically placing ranged shots, and
That's good shit.
and then Danielle's character was tanking. But she's a tiefling paladin. With what's cool about tieflings in this story is you can get infernal bloodlines where you are descendant from one of the kings of hell. Or some of the demons, and so she is actually a descendant of Zariel. I don't think her character
Who's like the
even-
main.
yeah,
that's cool.
the main enemy, the fallen angel,
That's cool.
and so she doesn't even know, or I don't believe her character knows that.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
That'd be a
so
cool
and,
little-
and sort of
It'll be like a Darth Vader Star Wars thing.
yeah,
I
right.
am
Well,
your
of course,
grandmother.
Zariel, she fell a long time ago.
Yo,
So
it's just her being like, I am your great.
it just goes on for like 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yeah,
Grandmother. Oh, all right.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
So
Yeah. Fun
so
stuff.
it's a really exciting, and if you guys are interested maybe in ever seeing, because I was almost thinking of maybe maybe we should record this campaign and put it on as like a little mini series, like Critical
That'd be
Role or
cool,
something.
that'd be
That'd be cool. So if you guys are interested in seeing that kind of thing, let us know, and maybe we'll consider it or something. Right now we only have that party of 3. And we might be adding either 1 or 2 more, possibly 3 more, if everybody wants to join in. But
Yeah.
just to give you guys some extra muscle, because some of the upcoming encounters
This is tough.
are tough. So,
It's hard.
but yeah, so that's our little D&D.
Cool.
Little D&D thing.
Cool, guys.
So thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for
and
watching. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, listening. Yep, and we'll see you next episode, where we will strip you of your powers. It's
That's
just
it.
the way
You're
it
done.
is. All right. Bye.